Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
I said not once but twice today to Paul Sweeney, my head is spinning. My head is spinning. It's single best idea. And it's just the cacophony of news and the themes and the grind of keeping up with this, as we all are doing at Bloomberg News. The team is doing a great job of bringing in an eclectic set of voices, and I get the feeling their heads are spinning just as well. What a week in the markets, a recovery here as we are taping a continued lift to the markets off quiescent or benign inflation. Retail sales in 2 days will be a good state of the consumer. Remember, that's a nominal top-line number. It's a little different than inflation-adjusted economic data. A heritage interview today with John Lipsky. He is iconic within American international relations and economics, affiliated always with his Stanford, of course, at J.P. Morgan Economics, and his public service to the International Monetary Fund. On China, on the U.S., John Lipsky.
The rest of the world is still obviously has to take important account of what the world's largest economy is doing, especially since it seems intent on altering, at the very least, if not disrupting, the institutional frameworks that were created largely with the support of the United States. The rest of the world is continuing to trade. In other words, for example, within Asia, the growth of interregional trade continues to outstrip that of trade with between regions, especially the U.S. Also, trade and services has continued to grow rapidly. And our trade policies that have caused so much upset have exclusively looked at trade in goods, but it's trades and services that forms part of the most interesting opportunity for the global economy.
John Lipsky now with the Johns Hopkins University. A number of equity people with us today. Kelly Cox, thank you so much. Julian Emmanuel was scintillating with Evercore ISI. He remains committed to a bull market within the battle of the American economy. Brian Belski Brian has been a confirmed bull. He was heated in the trade wars of, I think, 4 weeks ago. My head's spinning again on that. We had him in for a revisit. He's with BMO Capital Markets. Brian Belski on passive and active management.
Following me is one of the greatest stock pickers I've ever met, Nancy Tangler. I'm a great friend of mine, and I think we're entering into this period of stock picking, and it means matter, and you need to have a lot of experience doing that, number one. Number two, I've said this for a long time now, for at least 10 plus years, that the Mag 7 or the big cap tech stocks are the new consumer staples. If you go back to the 90s, we went to liquidity and where there was consistency, and maybe their business models are changing a little bit. We're going to see that in Google clearly, but I think the consistency of the revenue growth going forward and the liquidity that it offers investors, that's why you have to own some of these names.
Brian Belski, BMO Capital Markets, he reaffirms an optimism of participating in the equity markets. I can't say enough about YouTube, the international distribution, the American interest. Thank you so much for that. And, of course, on a commute across the nation, on Android Auto, on Apple CarPlay. Good morning on Sirius XM as well. On our podcasts, out at Apple, out at Spotify, on YouTube podcasts. This is Single Best Idea.